Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? I have a totally fun card for us today. I'm super excited. I wanted to do a card that was Donald Duck inspired. I wanted to do, I've been doing so many cards with the home, where is it? Did I put it back? With the home stamp set. There it is. We've been doing so much with the home stamp set and the home punch. Well, I came up with another one because I just can't get enough. I don't know. To me, this is just such a fun, it's just such a fun concept, I don't know. And I think my brain just keeps going back to it because it's just so silly, and so I'm super excited. So I already showed you my Up card, which was a huge hit among everyone. Then I showed you my Minnie Mouse card. Now this is Minnie Mouse's house in Toontown in Disneyland. And by the way, today is Disneyland's 70th birthday. So I think that's pretty cool. So this is what her house looks like in Toontown. And then I made Donald's, oh, there's a wayward little heart there. Then I made Goofy's house. And how cute is that? I don't know. I thought his house turned out so cute and his little hat on the top. I don't know. To me, it is just precious. And I actually like how I made this roof a little different. It might be hard to see in the picture, but his roof has like a little texture to it. Maybe you can see it a little more when I turn it to the side. But it has like a little bit of texture, so it's less flat. In my original one, it was just straight flat. And so it didn't have that same effect that the little texture has. And I just think that turned out cute. And I like that Goofy's house is like all wonky and crooked. And the only, the door is technically, the door is like, it's funny that the door on this one is like coming off. It's like sideways. And over here, the door is straight, but it's actually backward. I think I did the door backward here, but that's actually okay because it's Goofy's house. So, yeah. And the only thing that's straight is this one window at the top because everything on Goofy's house would be crooked, in my opinion. So I just thought this was fun. I did this one the other day, and this one I did, I think, a week or two ago. And this one I did several weeks ago, but I did post, I did find it and I didn't have to refilm it, so that's good. So today we're going to be doing Donald's house, and this took me so long to do, but it is so cute and I just can't get enough of it. It is just the cutest little house. No, baby, you can sit there, but you can't come. Yeah, you're good. Sit right there. Here, let me give him a box to sit in. Here we go. Sit in this box, baby. Here you go. You want to sit in this box? Look, I've got a box for you. Here, sit in this box. There's a box for you to sit in. Yeah, look it's a nice box. There we go. So, yeah, I just thought this was such a fun, it was a labor of love because, to be honest, I had also made this house because in Toontown, look at all these random little pieces. I keep finding these little random hearts. And in Toontown, his house actually looks like a ship. It looks like a little boat. Sit in the box, baby. Sit in the box. Sit in the box, boo-boo. Here, look. So it looks like a little ship in Toontown. But for some reason, this just is, I'm not feeling this little boat. And so, okay, you can sit there, but no, you can scoot back, boo-boo. Stop it. You can sit over there. Stop. You're being annoying. So anyway, so in Toontown, his actual house looks like a boat. But I don't know, this just doesn't feel enough. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling the shape. It's cute, but it's just not enough. And then I came up with this one, which actually I think is probably what his real house would look like a little bit more if he had a house. And I got this actually inspired by someone's fan art online. And I thought, actually, that's so cute. So I went ahead and just ran with the concept. So we're not using any stamps today from the Humble Home. I decided to, actually, the stamp I'm using is from a Paper Pumpkin stamp set. I'll find it here in a second. And it's just, you know, you can use whatever you have at home. I'm just trying to show you what I have available, and I'm just using whatever I have, you guys. That's my new approach to crafting, is just using up what I have and not trying to always have everything that's always matchy-matchy. So this paper, so cute. So I've got my white. Let me get a little trim. Oh, I need to put this trim piece inside that. And I need this. So this blue actually came from, the, oh good. I got these little containers at Dollar Tree, and I'm just remembering how to use them. They're for markers, but I've decided to put my actual crafts in them so that it makes it a little easier, so I don't have these like stacks of boxes and containers everywhere. So that's my new plan. No, baby, no. Okay. So we've got our label, and then I've got actually this little cut piece, and we need some tape. We need to punch some white. We need a few punches. Oh, here's the stamp set. The stamp set is from, it's not from last year. I believe it's from the year before, when we had a paper pumpkin set that had this little crab and these surfboards, and they were 3D, and they were so cute. They would like pop up. I had one here. I think I put it away. But they were the cutest, fun stamp set. It also says, I see, SEA, brighter days ahead. I was just trying to come up with something fun. I was kind of tired of everything being purple, you know, our birthday or thank you, you know, and I just thought this might be a fun little different. It's a little nautical, but not too much. And this, we can't get this ribbon anymore, but there are there's Darling Duckling ribbon that we have. There's a couple different ribbons that we can use. We need some Daffodil Delight, or this is Crushed Curry, I mean. Here's the white we need. Here's the blue, and yes, the gray, and the twine. And I think that is all we need. And our punches. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. So, for the color we're going to use Daffodil Delight because I like the stamp a little bit better. But the basic paper actually comes from, if you guys still have it, you might still have this pack. It's called the Take to the Sky stamp, or paper. And it was the one that we had with all the airplanes on it. And it just had such fun paper. And when I was just looking for something blue or yellow or something else. I was, also recently we had some yellow paper with the fruit. I almost used that actually. I almost used this one. It was in the fruit here. There was this really bright yellow that came from the bananas and the pears. So this was just in the spring. I really loved this one. I thought this was a good yellow. And if you were to use the yellow against the blue, oh, this was the other yellow. If you were to use the yellow against the navy blue, then you would just need to find a navy blue ribbon. And we have that as well. You know what I mean? We often usually have a navy blue ribbon. Many times people look at navy blue as almost like equivalent to black. It's not equivalent in my mind, but some artists kind of see green and blue as almost like a neutral color, like a black, which is technically black is a neutral, you know, because it doesn't really have any color in theory. So, anyway, so this is just a thought. I need one more layer of white. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the inside, just this little blue strip. It was just a scrap that was left over when I was cutting the other pieces. So I went ahead and thought, you know, I'm going to trim this so that it's not too narrow. I could have trimmed it smaller, but I kind of like it when there's a little surprise inside the card. And I'll just put it just on the edge so it can go inside. Just a little hint. And so we'll pop that inside our card. Our card is going to be a horizontal card this time. I've just decided that I've always been making Disney cards as a whole, you know, like I know that. But I've decided that that's really my plan, that I'm just going to make Disney inspired cards like I like and just share them, and we'll see how that goes. A lot of this is just cathartic. I would love to have enough followers to, you know, gain, you know, followers that earned, you know, like money and things like that. But honestly, I'm a teacher and I love teaching. So this actually lends itself to that life and that thinking. Oh, good. Boo Boosh has gotten bored, so he's taking off. But he was there for a minute, little monkey. So the twins, if you can believe it, the twins are going to be 2 years old on the 24th. It is killing me. I just can't believe they're going to be that old. So I found this ribbon. It was in my stash. I think it was from the spring. I'm pretty sure it was. And I just thought this is a good one. So I decided, we also have a Darling Duckling that's wider. So if you use the Darling Duckling, I probably would just use one strip. But since I have this narrow one, I'm just going to use 3 strips of it. And so I'm just going to tape down my piece. There's my fabric scissors. I think it's crooked. Something's crooked. I think this piece is like really crooked. Give me a second, guys. Oh, so glad that didn't, like, sometimes when you do it, it'll jam it up, but I don't know, it was just really bothering me. So, yeah. So we've got our yellow, and then we're going to do 3 stripes. I thought 3 stripes was good, just for fun. Yeah, I've just decided I'm just going to be making whatever I want and just go from there, because I'm going to make what makes me feel good, because that's really what keeps me motivated. So and I think, yeah, one more down here. And you know what? I think the 3 stripes also makes me think of navy. It just makes me think of the navy, you know? The navy often has, well, the stripes are different, but the navy, I feel like, often has 3 stripes on the side, but I do know that sometimes the stripes have meaning where they're rank. I'm not a professional person that understands all things about the navy, so please forgive me. But I was thinking that. So yeah, there we go. So pretty. I just thought that was a nice combination. I think it just turned out so nice. Such a good combination of colors. So we're done with this. I'm going to put that away. Glue that down. Then yeah, I think I needed to trim a little there too, but it's okay. Then I'm going to take my, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stamp and get it out of the way. Stamp my waving hello. This is the only stamping we'll do. Is I just wanted to get, I have to move it off so I can see it. Just wanted to stamp my little waving hello, and we'll trim that and attach that in a little bit. So there's our yellow. That is Daffodil Delight ink that I used. Now the cardstock that we're using for my actual house, so we went ahead and we took, oh, I thought someone was calling me. It was like weird. So I went ahead and I'm taking my white. I had another piece of white that was like nice and easy to punch, but, oh, there it is. It was like a good scrap to like get rid of it. So we're going to go ahead and punch our white little house out. And we'll get rid of that because I don't need that. So we need our little white house, and we need a strip. Oh, that's what that was. I was going to say I threw it back in, but I'm pretty sure this is what I needed this for. Yeah. And this strip is about, it's an inch wide. It's just an inch wide. It's just a scrap of white that I have around, and you'll see why in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and part of the house is going to be this, and part of the house is going to be half of this roof. So I happened to punch out this roof from earlier, and it was from another time. It's when I was playing around with the, you know, with designing this. I'm going to actually cut off this particular chimney, and I'm also, oh, I also needed to punch just part of the chimney. That's right. I just needed to punch a piece of chimney off, and I mean, I guess I want it to be straight, and so I'm just going to punch off some chimney for the yellow with it. And that's the curry. It's a little, I should have just cut it straight, but we're going to be cutting it again anyway, but okay. So what's going to happen is I'm going to cut off this chimney, and I want to make sure there's like a layer underneath. It's like this little layer of yellow underneath the roof. So it's like under the eaves, essentially. Let me just trim that a little bit better. Okay. Let me get it. It's Friday, you guys. Been in a training all week. So okay, there we go. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to glue, these will get glued together, but I need to cut, I just need to trim this just right across the top here. So I'm going to worry about the yellow last, but I need to trim my roof. I need like a little, basically I need like a secondary roof. So all I'm going to do is I just pushed it to the 1/4 inch line. And actually, you know what's a good tip? Grab a sticky note. A good tip when you're trying to cut a small piece like this, I just grabbed the first sticky note I had. After all my wasting of sticky notes last time, I better be careful. I'm gonna put my sticky note here. Here. Let me do it this way. I'm going to put it right here on this line. Put this sticky note now because this is where I want it to stay. I don't want it to move from that line. And it's going to cut this Post-it note too, but that's okay. At least I'll still have a straight line and it'll catch my roof. So here's my other little roof and it'll catch this one. And so now I got a perfectly straight line from that. That's what I should have done with my little, when I was cutting the yellow part, but live and learn, people, live and learn. So all I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to trim a little bit off. I can freehand it because I'm going to glue a little bit of it here. And so I'm just going to put a thin bead of glue across the top. And I just want that hint of yellow below. Just a hint. I just got glue all over there. It's Friday. And I just layered them together like this, and for some reason it just gave a good effect. So that's it. That's it. It's just, you know, adds that extra little layer, extra little texture underneath. I don't think I'm going to do that with the top, because I just didn't think it looked good. I think I tried it and I changed my mind. We'll leave it here and just in case. Let me get my little tray. That little tray is like so helpful when I have all these random little pieces. And so there's already some random pieces in there, but my little Target tray. So now we've got to do our door. That's the other thing we've got to do. We've got our house. And so for the house, we're going to trim off the eaves on this side. We'll trim off the roof too. And some of this will get trimmed off. Yeah, I think I made it just about the time. So I think I'll just cut it right there. Because I don't want it too short, but I don't want it too tall. I don't want the white to come down. You know, it still has to fit on my card. And so that's our basic layer, okay? Then for the door. So this door is only, gosh, it's not even, it's almost a 1/4 inch wide. This is just a little tiny scrap that I had somewhere. And I'm gonna take my circle punches. The key is to use one of your circle punches to help just trim up the edge. So I have it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7/8. This is 7/8 wide. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in the edge here. And I want to round the edge of my little piece. I need it to have a round door because this is the door, like a porthole-like door, you know, because on a ship, all the doors are rounded. And so that's what I did here. So I made essentially a porthole door. And let's see, how tall was it? It wasn't very tall. Let me get my little, let's see. In total, it was about 3/4 inch tall. So we'll cut it about right there. Oh, I should cut it straight, just in case, because it's so small. I don't want it to be. Because it has to go on that bottom of the house is the only reason why I care. Otherwise, I wouldn't really bother that much. And so it's going to make a perfect little door right there. And I think I still cut it crooked. No, it's not crooked. It's straight. Okay. And so we've got that. So that's perfect. And then to make the actual little, all these like random scraps. All the random scraps need to go in the garbage so I don't get them confused with the scraps I need to use for real. Okay, so we've got that. We've got that. We need to get our, we need our yellow. What did I do with it? I had a second ago. Oh, there it is. I put it away. So now for our yellow, in order to put a little porthole on the door, I went ahead and took a hole punch. This one is just a standard hole punch. Okay, so I just did a standard hole punch. I have to put it in right. Gosh, I'm having such a hard time squeezing this. It wasn't like that the other day. There we go. Maybe it was a little stuck. So I need my little yellow pieces. Oh, maybe it did cut and I just didn't know it. So we need our little yellow piece. Then I realized that on, I think it was on this. Yeah, it was from this. Or was it from that? It might have been the dot from this, actually. I just know that there was a little black dot. These little black dots that popped off. Oh, here's a black dot. Here's another black dot. I might not need to punch. Oh, here's one. I'm pretty sure this little black dot came from the house punch. Oh, and look at this cute little Mickey. I don't think I'm going to use that Mickey, but I'm going to take him out anyway because he's so cute. And that's it. Okay. So I'm pretty sure the dot came from here because technically I think this is for the doorknob. And so the other place I need black dots is from this. And I guess I used all my black up. I have all these scraps because I've been making all these black, making all these houses. So I just need a couple of these circles. They're a little bit bigger. They're a little bit bigger than the ones I just punched out. Yeah, the ones that come out of the hole punch are smaller. Okay. And then, because we got to make porthole windows, basically. So, and this is the gingerbread man punch. I believe that this circle is also on the truck punch. I think the circle on the truck punch is about the same size. Again, it's just a circular punch, whatever you can find. We also are going to need to cut some, punch out some white dots. Yeah, I don't see any there. Just a couple white. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put those down. Okay, and so again, those were just normal hole punches, nothing fancy from those. And so for the actual door, we're going to put the tiniest bit of glue on the back of this little piece. You can use a glue dot too. Come on. I'm gonna get my little sand paper out. It's got like a little bit of a rough edge. Whenever you have a rough edge to a paper, a tiny little like nail file is enough, usually to like just clean up what you were holding. So I'm gonna put it, I'm just gonna use my tweezers to get the glue on the back of this. Come on. Maybe it's the other one that's full. Yeah, this one's full. There we go. Tiny bit of glue. And so I haven't glued my door down for some reason. But we've got our little porthole. And so we're just gonna slide in right on. There we go. And then this little guy, we'll put the tiniest bit of glue on the top of this little guy, and it should, yeah, this is it. Like I said, I'm pretty positive this came from the house punch, because there's this little dot on the house punch. Again, you can use glue dots, you can use whatever you want. I'm just using what I have handy here. It's a little tedious, but I have to say I like it. I like this kind of work. Then we need to punch out a few more circles while we let that dry. I want to get my, I'm going to put away my empty glue. It's like not empty. It's empty, but it's almost empty. It's like on the verge. Okay, so this is a 1/2 inch. Yeah, this is a 1/2 inch circle punch, and I need 2 of these. I need 2 circles. So we're going to cut up our scraps. It's funny, Boo Boo wants to sit up here like he's never eaten before, but he clearly has. But at least he got to be in the video for a minute. He'll be internet famous for the 8 people that watch my videos. So, all right, so we've got 2 of the daffodil, or the crushed curry. This crushed curry is a better gold. It's just a better looking gold. So, and what I found was that the circles from the gingerbread were the best circles, because look at how it really makes it look like a porthole. I just thought that was a good option. Now, I was trying to do it where the black would be behind, but it was really hard to try and get to punch a hole through the center of the circle. It was just kind of rough. It was just difficult to do. I guess I could have tried it. I'm going to try it now suddenly. So I would have had to cut a bigger one. You know what? I think I have an idea. Okay, so I'm going to cut this. And then I'm going to cut another one like this. No, I have to use the other first. So I'm going to cut a little gingerbread circle to the side here. So this is the one I cut out of gingerbread. I think I cut it too. No, it might work. But then I have to try and glue it on. That's kind of hard. Yeah, the problem is trying to get it layered like that. Trying to get the circle, glue it too, but then not have them overlap. I don't know, the black is so dark. I think I tried this, and that's why I went with layering the circles on top of each other, because trying to do it the other way was just way too hard. The only other option would be to do what I already did and then add another layer like this over the top but that seems just so unnecessary to add 2 layers. So that's why I changed my mind. Anyway, so all that for you guys for no reason. You don't need any of that information, but I gave it to you anyway. So we've got our little, we'll glue our door on. Let's do that first. Let's glue our door on. Okay. We'll glue our little door on. And his door is off to the side. Mickey and Minnie's I put like right in the center. I think I did the same with Daisy, her card. Oh, I don't think I showed you Daisy's. Daisy's was also really good. And then we'll put, it's, you know, we got to have porthole windows for Donald. Okay, so we've got that going. I think I want the window a little higher, like maybe, I don't know. I think that's good. So we're done with that. Then we can put our, oh, we can't put our roof on yet because we need to get our string. So for our roof, we're going to be attaching, let me glue this together, our other portholes so we don't lose them. We need 2 porthole windows. No, no, no. It's not time for dinner yet. He's acting like it's time for dinner. It's not. We'll put our little extra dots that we don't need over there. So our little house is taking shape. Then we've got our dots here. Now these are tricky. Getting a hole through these dots are tricky, but I finally found my 16-inch hole punch. I think this is a 1/16 of an inch. I'm pretty sure it is. So I'm pretty sure if we can't get it this way, I'll show you the other way I got it done. I think I got it. I just used the little sticky note to hold it in place, make it a little easier to punch it. Let me get my tweezers to get it off. It'll stick on the little edge here. And this is 1/16 of an inch hole punch. Perfect. I got the hole through it that I needed. And I need to do that 3 times. The other option, I'll show you with this one. If you don't find a tiny hole punch as a quick fix, the other way that I poked holes through my, to make my little life jackets, I used a piercing mat and I literally just poked through the center a couple times around to make it like big enough, and just kept poking and poking and poking through until I got an okay circle in the middle. And I actually would like slide all the way to the end of the pin. Just be careful not to poke yourself like I did, almost did there. It just kind of bends up the life jacket quite, or I mean a life, yeah, the life ring, the life jacket, not life raft. So that's one way you can do it. If you don't have one of these tiny hole punches, you can definitely pierce it with just a little piercing tool, just as a trick. But because I have my tiny punch, I decided I'm going to do that instead. So my little 1/16 of an inch hole punch. And so you have to eyeball it just right. Whoops. And get it to where it doesn't fall off of the little sticky note. It's not perfect. It's tricky. And it's not going to be perfect circles. And I'll get the other one off in just a second. Let's do one more. My little Donald Duck card is so cute. I just think it turned out so good. It definitely makes me think of Donald Duck. I'm sure Marshall will get on here and tell me yes or no. She's like my resident Disney guru friend. We love to craft with Stampin' Up stuff, and where I feel like that's our one thing we always have in common. So they're a little off center, but because they're going to be hanging, I'm not really that worried. Okay, so they're a tiny bit off center. It's not ideal, but it definitely gets the job done, and it's just a tricky. It's tricky. So then I'm taking my red, real red, and I'm coloring my real red marker, not the blend. This is a little more off kilter than I want, but I'm okay with it. There we go. And so they look so cute when they're, I don't know if you can really see them. I'll hold them up in a minute. They look so good when they're done. And it takes a minute. I kind of want to do it on both sides, but I'm a little worried they're going to rip. That one doesn't look as good. Looks okay. So that's real red that I used. And then I just took some random white twine. We sell this baker's twine. And I attached my 3 life rings. Life preservers. I feel life preserver, that's the word. Life preservers. Lifesavers, life preservers. I was like, I know it has a name. It's not a life jacket, life preservers. So I know I have these. So I've got 3 of them. I'm going to string them along. It'd be cool if I had like little buttons that would match, but I don't. So we will make our own. It's tricky. There we go. All right. So then we're going to have it. We can't attach it to the roof until we get these attached. So let me get my tape and my fabric scissors. Let me just trim this. Okay, there we go. And I just literally taped this down. It's a little tricky. So I taped down one edge because it moves a lot. So you kind of have to get one edge taped down completely before you try to attempt to get the other edge down. I'm actually going to use some Terran tape so that it doesn't move on me. Normally I'd use some Scotch tape, but this tended to move quite a bit. So we've got our tear and tape there. And then when I get it where I want it, I don't want to pull too tight, because as you keep pulling tighter, it rolls up to the edge of the roof. So just FYI. There we go. Keep it down just enough. I think that's good. So let's go ahead and pull off my tearing tape over here and tack that down. And so you'll have to adjust it again. Adjust a little. And I didn't tack them down because I kind of liked that they were free and kind of that they moved a little bit. They won't, the string will move less once I get my dimensionals on here. So, speaking of dimensionals, let me go ahead and, I thought I had some that were already cut. There they are. Nope. Nope. Where's the pack? There it is. I was going to say, I'm cutting up the edge here, and an edge would be good. So, again, I roll it down to the edge. I sent my dad a birthday card with $80 inside because he turned 80 this year. And he spent, it was for Texas Roadhouse. That's his favorite place, I guess, now to eat. It used to be a different place, but you know, now that's his favorite place. So I sent him a gift card for $80. They went 4 times on $80. And I guess that was just his portion was $80. And so, you know, over 4 times, I assumed he'd just share it with my stepmom, but I guess she insisted that he use it all for himself. I thought that was kind of sweet. So then I just pop it right on top, center it on my little house here. Oops, that's crooked. No, don't take the string off. Okay. Dang it. It's pulling it up. I got it pretty crooked. It was pretty crooked. Dang. Okay. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tear and tape. And then I don't have to try and put new glue on there. We'll add some more tear and tape to the top of the dimensionals, which is very unusual, but I don't want to have to try and put new dimensionals on, especially when it's been so fiddly. Come on, stay down. There we go. Come on, Jennifer, you can get it straight. Come on. There we go. There we go. All right, we'll adjust those in a minute. But it's at least on. Come on, is it on? It's folding forward. So I think I'm gonna add like a little snippet of dimensional. It's folding forward, it shouldn't be folding forward like that. So let's squeeze a little thin dimensional in between. It's rolling forward, and it really shouldn't be. There we go. Keep it from rolling. That's good. All right, so now for the second layer, all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little glue on the back of this here, and just a little bit. That's the wrong one. Just put a little glue straight up. Oops, come on. Just going to glue this down to make the second layer of Donald's house. And I don't have to worry about how long it is or how straight it is or any of that right now. I just need to make sure, this was a 1-inch strip. It's a 1-inch strip. And then I'm going to glue my other porthole that we had. I'm waiting to the end to glue, to cut and add the because the porthole makes a big difference as to where you put your roof. And so that's part of why I'm kind of waiting. And I think I had tried doing the same thing I did on that roof on a roof up top, and I think it just didn't. Oh, you know what? This isn't big enough. I'm gonna need to get another, I'm gonna get another piece of blue here real quick. There's one. Yeah, blueberry bushel. Okay, where's our house? So I guess I thought I had used just 2. This is just a scrap I have. It's a scrap circle that I cut out. I thought that I was able to cut it and use it, but I guess not. It was a while ago when I designed this card. So we have to make sure that our roof is wider than 1 inch. But we don't want it as wide as the bottom. So let's see. This one was too long. So I'm thinking I could go a little bit less. Let's get our sticky note again. Because before we had it, and I had put it right here. So I think I'll put it right there. Oopsie. I hope this is bigger. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. I don't know if it's wide enough. Yeah, it's wide enough. Just had to be a little bit taller. It's a fussy little card, but I think if you liked Donald Duck, you'd like this. So I didn't add a second layer to the house to the top. I think I felt like it was maybe a little overkill having the layer here and the layer up there, I guess. Let me look at it again. I think it looks cleaner this way. So I think it looks cleaner without a secondary, because you know, it's like the yellow against the yellow is like competing a little too much there. Whereas down here you have the red, and then you also have the life preservers, so it's kind of like it doesn't have that same effect. So, all right. So then I'm going to take dimensionals, put them on the back of this, cut up a couple dimensionals. I use all the way till the edge. I guess I don't need that one. And I'm just gonna, oops, I should have trimmed that before. I'll just trim it now. There we go. So I trimmed off my, just free-handed it, just trimmed it in a little triangle. It's so cute. So there's our little house. So cute. And I think we're just about done. I want to trim off this edge here and put a little, I didn't like this color waving, so I changed it. And just, I like the straightness of this. There we go. We're good. All right. Then we're going to put some dimensionals in the back of my little house. And I want to keep let's see. Oh, I forgot so I'm not going to put any there. I want to keep the you don't want to put dimensionals where the ribbon is, because it makes it, it's already kind of, this roof is kind of lopsided. It's annoying me actually. So okay, but I don't want to put it down yet, because the last thing I need to do is I need an actual, to make our little I need to make our chimney. So let's just punch like that. I just like the length or the width of this little piece of chimney. So that's why I went ahead and used that. And I'm gonna make a little triangle, and I'm gonna have to keep cutting it. That's too big. Actually, I think this is too wide. I forgot I hadn't thinned it out. And then we just need a little triangle that's gonna go on top to make like a little, you know, because like the chimneys on a ship are real tiny, but you don't want it to be so big that it's the same size as the roof. So I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. think that's about right. And then I'm going to wind up gluing it off to this side like that, because that's what a little, you know, on like a tugboat, you know, their chimney is always like a little, it's like spouts. It's like a little triangle. It just looks kind of funny. It doesn't look like a traditional chimney like on a house. And I want it crooked off to the side. Let me see how big this one is. Yeah, that's about right. It's about the same size on the other one. And so, oh, I guess I glued it right on, whoopsie, I glued it on top of my dimensionals, which wasn't my plan. And I'm actually going to put, I think I'm going to put a little, no, I guess I don't need to. Yeah. Let me take off all the little backings. Thanks for sticking in this long. It's a tedious little card, but it's sure worth it. You know, the up card was tedious too. This is my first Donald card. I have never made a card inspired by Donald. It's my first one. I'm pretty positive this is the very first one because I had to think a lot about what he was like or what would be his house, and you know, so cute. And look at how sweet. So again, the lifesavers move a little, as you know. I kind of like that they move though. To me, it makes it a little more 3D. And I didn't have to add any embellishments to it or anything. It's got the cute little inside. It's got the little nautical stripe looking thing. I don't know. It's just really nice. I'm tempted to add like a little Mickey or something. The only thing is I could add, in theory, like a little Mickey, right? On Goofy's, I added a little Mickey, but I'm not really sure what I would do, you know. That looks kind of cute there. I don't know, I'll think on it. That looks kind of cute if I added a glue dot and popped it right there. That actually looks kind of cute. Almost like the Disney cruise line. That looks kind of cute. I'll think on that in a minute. But that is my card. So thanks for tuning in. And oh, I wanted to show you the life preservers a little better. So again, they weren't perfect circles. I didn't get them perfectly centered, but because they're hanging, you really can't tell that they're not centered that well. And you have to look kind of hard. So, but yeah. So that's my card. Thanks for tuning in this long. I appreciate you guys. I just appreciate the likes, the shares, and I just appreciate just having a place to share the things that I make. It's been very cathartic and just good. I just appreciate it, and I'm grateful for it. I love making my cards, and it's kind of nice because I can't always send them all the time or share them with people all the time. Sometimes I just give them away because I've made them and I maybe don't have a reason to send, 10 sympathy cards, but, I always have reasons to send the birthday cards, but not as much as some of the others, so it's kind of nice to just share my crafts. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a great weekend.